Hey guys, to be honest with you, I wasn't going to make a video tonight, but it's not going to be as polished as my other videos. But I just saw this conversation between Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex trafficker, and Steve Bannon about China, and it pissed me off so much I had to talk about it. So, because these two morons were just sitting around talking about the leadership of the second largest economy on earth like they're discussing a group of idiots. And the worst part, this garbage shaped actual policy. Here's what Bannon said, and I quote I'm going to put up the screenshots of the conversation so you can see. It's a group of peasants trying to run a world economy. She barely has high school education. Completely panicked when they read through the deal, already leaking oil. So that word again, right? Peasants. That's the word this clown uses. And he claims she barely has a high school education, which is a complete lie. Xi Jinping graduated from Tsinghua University with a degree in chemical engineering, and then he got a postgraduate degree in Marxist theory. So to say that he barely has a high school education, that's just bullshit. It's just a deliberate lie to make the leader of a superpower just sound stupid. Then Epstein, the sex trafficker, jumps in. You guys think they're smart? The talk, they talk about, people being stupid, but they can barely construct a sentence. Anyway, they talk in fortune cookie language, and Wash is mesmerized. Fortune cookie language. So this pedophile is reducing thousands of years of civilization to a racist joke about takeout. And he thinks he's clever. Then he admits, my meeting the other day was around how these peasants looked into their own systems, found the NSA cyber tools that we had inserted, and then used them against US interests. So, a convicted child abuser is casually bragging that the US planted cyberweapons in China's systems, and his complaint is that China found them and used them back. So, that's a predator mad because his victims fought back. And he's not even wrong about the facts. In 2019, the New York Times reported that Chinese intelligence found NSA hacking tools and repurposed them. But listen to how this creep frames it, like China violated some rule. What rule? We planted the bomb, they found it and threw it back. So Bannon then chimes in and says, they are perfect IT automations. I get that. Can't make complicated decisions under pressure. The key to victory. Think Midway. Midway. World War II. This idiot is fantasizing about crushing China like America crushed Japan. That's his entire strategic vision. And then the pedophile Epstein responds, yes, when Midway occurred, they were still eating rats for breakfast. Literally. Eating rats for breakfast. Dehumanizing racist garbage. But what do you expect? Coming from a guy who spent decades dehumanizing children, he knows exactly what that language does because he's used it on his victims, I'm sure. Then Bannon comes in and says, that's why a military display makes sense. Let them and others see. Daddy's spanking paddle. Daddy's spanking paddle. So two creeps, two predatory men getting off on the idea of dominating people they see as subhuman. One of them is a convicted sex trafficker, and he was using the exact same dehumanizing language he used on children to talk about an entire nation. So what's really happening here? It just shows that, Washington is terrified. They're terrified because China isn't weak. China's competent. China found their cyber weapons and used them. China's economy is massive. China's leadership is educated and strategic. And they can't handle it. They can't accept a world where they're not on top, where they don't get to be daddy with the paddle. So they have to convince themselves that the people they're up against are subhuman, peasants, rats. But, here's the thing. This isn't just Epstein and Bannon. This is Washington. This is the water they all swim in. Remember last year, April, JD Vance, the current VP, said America borrows money from Chinese peasants. Same word, same contempt, same dehumanizing garbage. This is what passes for foreign policy in America. These aren't fringe voices, they're in power. They're shaping how America relates to the world. And they're doing it from a place of pure racist fantasy. And that's the real horror.